Final project. Let's talk about Mexico. I'm gonna talk about the traditional festivals in Mexico. There's a devotion into the Virgin of Guadalupe that is deeply rooted in Mexican people, making the celebration of her day one of the most important and popular traditional festivals. It is celebrated on December 12th, the last day that the Virgin was shown to San Juan Diego on the Tepeyac Hill. The celebrations begin on December 11 at 6:45 p.m. with a popular serenade to the Virgin as well as other tributes to her. There's another celebration that is too popular in Mexico that it's called the Day of the Dead. It is one of the most traditional festivals in Mexico and it is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd. According to traditions, that day the deceased visit their relatives in the physical world, walking to the path petals that they have made to guide them. One of the traditional elements of this festival is the altar. Here, people place the offerings that they will give to the dead, that is like food and drinks, and the altar adorned with a white tablecloth that is made up several steps, the meaning of which is as follows. The first represents grandparents and adults. The second is for the rest one of the family, and during this celebration, the festival theme cemeteries are decorated and people happily share in them.
Hello, my name is Saul and I'm going to talk about two tips you can do when you visit Mexico. And these are the tips. Tips number one, when you are invited to a meal, it's recommend to bring a present to thank the invitation. I recommended to try a traditional food, like it's a very delicious Mexican food. To try I don't know chilaquiles, enchiladas, a real tacos. I mean a real Mexican food. I recommended you always give a thanks because in Mexico they are offended if they don't even give them. Another tip: when you travel to Mexico, try the varieties of drinks like aguardiente, like a real tequila, like I don't know, pulque, mezcal. That is a different to drinks in this country, Mexico. And finally, I recommended visit all the tourist places because the country Mexico are most beautiful places, like tourist places. No are no all our tradition. For example, I don't know, Xochimilco, Hierve el Agua, Cancun is the most famous beach, and Playa del Carmen is another.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about traditional Mexican food. Mexico is known all over the world because of the different food that is made here. People from everywhere know at least one or two of these dishes, but there's a longer list that maybe if you're not from here you would like to try. The first one are chilaquiles. This is a popular traditional breakfast that consists in lightly fried corn tortillas cut into quarters and topped with green or red sausage. People also add scrambled or fried eggs and chicken, as well as cheese and cream. Also are often served with a dose of frijoles. The next one is the pozole. This one has been involving a lot of different stories about it, because it's supposed to be used in sacrifices like a special ritual but by the old civilizations. Nowadays you can find it almost everywhere. Even if you're talking about a Mexican dish, this one have a lot of variations depending on the state you are, but you will love it. The next one, of course, are the tacos. The first food you think of when you're talking about Mexico, of course, are the tacos. All over the country is a lot of variety of ingredients that have been added to the list during the time. These ones are served in a corn tortilla, and you can add a little onion, lemon, and you can't forget the sausage. Finally, we're gonna talk about my own personal favorite drink, and it's called tequino. This one means beat of the heart from the Nahuatl, and it's a corn beer that it's like a traditional in different sacrifices, also as the pozole. And this one, not all the people like it, but I personally love.
Places to travel: San Miguel de Allende, Guanajuato. Listed as one of the best cities to visit, San Miguel de Allende will relax you with his magic as you walk through its cobbled streets and admire colloquial facades of its large houses. Its inhabitants, a mix between foreigners and locals, will welcome you with open arms so that, like them, you can enjoy traditional weddings. There a couple lovers walk through the city accompanied by a large dolls called mojigangas and a student who harmonizes their steps. Look for hotels in the center of San Miguel de Allende. They have an excellent location. Marietas Island, Jalisco. One of the best kept secrets in Mexico is the Marietas Island, not only for its natural beauty, but for the experience it can give you. The journey starts from Puerto Vallarta or Rivera Nayarit. Everything will depend on where your Islas Marietas tour departs from. After a journey approximately 40 minutes, the ship will stop. You should know that the Marietas Islands are closed, but if you are one of the first to arrive, you will be able to enter this magnificent place.